Everybody is always better than Declan Rice until it's time to be Declan Rice because Moises Caicedo played against Declan Rice and my man came out firing, getting a red card after a gruesome tackle on Mikel Merino. My man was trying to act like the victim when he tackled Merino. He even flopped, was on the floor saying my leg, as if he didn't put his studs in Merino's ankle for no absolute good reason and not even a good challenge. Shows how much this comparison between Caicedo and Declan Rice has got into Caicedo's head. Now, the game ended up finishing 1-1, and if it wasn't for Timber having defensive, habits, Gyökeres would have made it 2-1 at the end. But at the end of the day, this season, Declan Rice has been a top 3 midfielder in the world, and that is not even a debate. Meanwhile, Moises Caicedo, in my opinion, is not even a top 5, midfielder at the moment. Now, he is a great player, but he is just not world class yet. Meanwhile, Declan Rice is in the moment better than Caicedo. And that's nothing wrong with that. You could be a great footballer, but you aren't world class like other people. And another proof of that would be Declan Rice here being eyed up by Real Madrid. You know you're big when Real Madrid is eyeing you up, and there is zero traction between Moises Caicedo having a transfer to any other club. At the end of the day, big clubs like, the Bayerns, like the Madrids, like Barcelona, like City, like, all these guys who are willing to spend 300 million for the player they want will be linked to anybody, even Declan Rice. And right now, Arsenal have put 150 million valuation on Declan Rice, but they have no absolute plan to let go of the player. This guy loves Arsenal through and through, and they want to make him, an Arsenal legend. This lad, I have 100% confidence that he's going to end up staying at Arsenal. But at the end of the day, you're world class when Real Madrid are playing 4 or 5 midfielders in a match week in, week out. They always have their 3 midfielders, and then sometimes Valverde will play right back, and they might even throw another midfielder out the right wing position. They play up to 5 midfielders, every week. At the end of the day, and for them to be interested in Declan Rice, who is a midfielder, because, they'll play those 5 midfielders, and they'll still have Brahim Diaz, Dani Ceballos, Arda Güler on the bench. Proof of it is, while I'm recording, Real Madrid is actually playing against Bilbao right now. And look at this. They have Valverde playing right wing. They've got Bellingham. They've got Tchouaméni. And they've got Camavinga. And they're lucky that they put Trent in to start. Because if not, what we would have seen is either Arda Güler, Ceballos, or Brahim Diaz come into the match. Or even, the Argentinian here. And then Camavinga or Valverde would play right back. And then one of the other options that I've just named would play right wing. Because we know this is something Xabi Alonso does and something Real Madrid do. In my opinion, though, Real Madrid have no business trying to weigh up a £150 million bid for the likes of Declan Rice, not because he's not good or wouldn't fit the system, just because they have other needs. They don't have a natural good right winger at the moment. Rodrigo rather, not play a single minute than play right wing. You've got the Argentina lad he just bought from Argentina, the youngster. He's not really up to par, to be competing week after week, against the likes of Atletico Madrid, against the likes of, Barcelona, all these guys. He's not there yet. You still have to develop him. So they don't really have a natural right wing option. Vinny won't play there. Kylian Mbappe won't play there. So in my opinion, they should really focus up on getting a player like Olise or getting a natural striker so you could put Mbappe back at left wing. But they have other needs, and definitely I'd have to say a right winger and possibly a natural striker should be their top priority. With the 150 million, you could really bring in 2 guys in those 2 positions that are really going to balance that attack, because Real Madrid's biggest flaw at the moment is their attack. Aside from Mbappe, they really don't have a consistent attacker that's going to play week in, week out, because Vinny's not doing that anymore, Rodrigo's not doing that anymore, and everybody else at the moment just don't put up the numbers or the stats or the consistency that Kylian Mbappe is. And at the moment, Real Madrid just rely on that man. Look at the Olympiacos game. It was Kylian Mbappe against Greece. That's literally what occurred. So yes, Declan Rice would fit absolutely beautifully in the Real Madrid midfield, but if you have 5 midfielders starting week after week in, week out, and you're, lacking a right winger and a natural striker, you might as well go allocate those funds to proper positions. Now, Make sure to leave a like and subscribe, leave a comment down below. Who do you think is better though, Declan Rice or Caicedo? But anyways, thank you guys for watching.